But I don't hear the music in the background. Put none on. Okay, well we won't worry about it. Okay, so I just need to. I need to do my talk first. Okay, well we won't worry about it. Okay, so I just need to. I need to do my talk first. What are you waiting on? Start talking. Okay, well we won't worry about it. Good evening, everybody. My name is Marietta Elliott. I'm your co-host for tonight. Tonight we are going to have a couple of guests on, and we're going to be communicating. It's going to be the it's see that which one? Good evening, everybody. It's Marietta Elliott, your co-host for tonight. We were having a few technical difficulties just now, but anyway, our topic for tonight is going to be communication, and I want to know everybody that I appreciate you tuning in tonight. Those of you that I invited to be a guest, I definitely appreciate and value your time. So, looks like we got Jessica in the house already. So,
Hello, how you doing?
hi, Jessica. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Mom?
You're looking on TV. Okay. Is that okay? With your head cut off? Well, we got a problem with this camera again. I don't know. But anyways, main thing is how you doing tonight? And thank you for let's see, I wonder hope if I could just wait a minute. All right, Jessica. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I don't know what's going on with this camera. God, I hate this place. That looks like that's a lot better. Well, anyway, thank you for taking the time out to join me tonight, and I certainly appreciate your time, and definitely appreciate your parenting skills. And we're going to have another guest on tonight. It's going to be Queen Nubia. Hopefully, she's going to be able to get in as well.
Okay.
Um, the topic of tonight is for communication. And I think that communication is the key to everything. And I want you to introduce yourself and
Okay.
let everybody know who you are and what's going on in your world.
How you doing? I'm Jessica Warren. I'm 36 years old. Um, Mary is my stepmom. We all love her to death. I'm a single parent, so it's just me and my son. His name is Cartier. He's 11, and that's really about me as far as getting to know me. That's really it.
Okay. Well, that's good enough. I've known you all your life. So that's even more important. So that's a beautiful thing. And I really was hoping that Cardi could be on tonight and just kind of pop in and say hello to the world
I,
and kind of give me a little bit of conversation about how he feels about school and his success stories.
right.
So we'll try to do that next time.
And we sure will. He's at a hotel party. He said, "Forget us. He's out of here."
I know that's right. So who's giving a hotel party, might I ask?
His godmom is, so he went out with them today. And speaking of communicating, I was blessed because I needed a break. So that was a blessing for me. So when I got
Mhm.
the call, which I rarely get it, nor do I always trust everyone. So I was like, hey, when I find those fews and twos, I try to let them go and give me a break as well as yourself.
Yes.
Because they get
Right,
tired.
right.
It's a two-way street.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. So you have an outstanding relationship with your son. And I will say to the world that I know that it just didn't come overnight. This was something that you invested in and you made a very good point of making sure he had the best of everything. So, kind of share with the world your success story.
Um, well, first of all, the success came way after all the destruction. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, I am a single mother. When I say it's hard taking care of myself, it's hard. I have 13 felonies. I've been in prison a lot of times. I have a lot going on. So when I say there is no manual in parenting, there is not one. I just make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I am very hands on with my son because I know how it feels not. I don't know how it feels not to have parents, but in this day and age, in this generation, we're raising a different crowd of kids. So it's like either you're going to teach them or you're going to let the streets teach them. And might I add, I was born in Twinsburg. I had a great life, you know, parents in, you know, mom in, hands on, all times, great support system. But it was just something about the streets that I just had to have, like I yearned it.
Mm,
And
okay.
I say this to say that I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. And I'm still growing every day at one time. But I just try to be very transparent with my son and with anyone that asks me anything. Right now I'm in the self-love, self-care, self-perseverance stage where I'm really self.
Okay.
But when I tell you my journey is a roller coaster and you have to really be open in this day and age to really, and when I say open, I mean open, but selective of how you're open. I tell
Right.
my I'm your friend, I'm your best friend, but I'm not your friend. Meaning
Mm-hmm.
it's things we could talk about, it's things we can do, but I don't play with you at the park. You got friends for that. So my son knows, you know, triggers on and off, but then we get some down times where he's a boy and I can't make him a man. So those are the times where at night I'm crying, and you know I try not to let my son see that. And it's just a roller coaster, but I let myself know with my change that it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be obstacles, but you have to talk to your kids and you have to be open, and you can't be too transparent, but you have to kind of be transparent because of the day and age that we have with our kids.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, like my son, his conversation is immaculate. There's not one person that my son doesn't meet that he doesn't touch.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yes.
and I give that thanks to whatever higher power you invest in, because at one point in time I was going through deaths and just different things. I was really like down on my luck, and I gave up. And now it's just like my confidence has raised, and just me as a woman, like I'm growing every day, and it's just one day at a time. And I know that I don't have to do it by myself now. My
Right.
pride put down, and I can know, like, okay, well, hey, mom, hey, sis, I don't have no food today. I don't have to go out and do anything I don't want to do, or I'm blessed. I don't have to be put in situations I don't want to anymore. But that's for a whole nother chat, because I got stories to go.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that because I want you to share. I definitely want you to share. Whenever you feel the need to come on and share, I definitely need you there. Right. Because you know what, interestingly enough, is the road that you have traveled, you know, multiple people have traveled that road. And there's a lot of people that didn't necessarily recover or trying to recover like you have. So you're going to be an inspiration to the world, not just local. You are going to touch a lot of lives all over the world. And that's why I wanted you to be here, is because we have got to find our way to communicate with the younger generation that are raising children now. And that's so important. We want to get our young people back being grounded with parenting. And definitely appreciate the fact that you have made your son a priority and you are definitely making your life and his life better. And that's what we need. Never mind what has happened. Let's focus on what will be and what we can make happen. So I definitely appreciate that. So when you're, you know, I got a thing about the way I communicate with someone young. And I want you to communicate or share with us how you communicate with Cardi.
So with anyone in the generation, period, I'm more of the cool. I'm gonna be the cool, like mean, firm auntie. But I give them a chance to voice their opinion. I give my sorry world. I don't care. Everybody has different parenting skills, but that's why rules of the game is no politics, no kids, no religion. You don't argue with. So for my household, I give my son one day out the week where he can just look at me and be like, "Mom, this shit ain't right," and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, we go in schools and listen to these teachers. We go everywhere and we never give our kids a voice. So I let my have a voice. I let him know that what just like people fail to realize when you have a kid, we're learning each other. I just met you. Every day we learn something new about this individual. So I've learned to be boisterous and let him be boisterous. And I'm teaching him it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, like we're learning to communicate, and the way the open communication is fire for us, because there's nothing my son's not afraid to tell me. There's nothing that he doesn't feel comfortable telling me. And I remember growing up, it was never that I could not communicate with my parents, but I'm the youngest. So like
Yeah.
my over me, my dad is like was like 60 something, and my mom is to be continued because we never know still to this day. Lord behold, I think she's like I'm 36, but she's like 32. We'll say
Mm-hmm.
we always got to communicate, but we all knew what happens in the house stays in the house, just by growing up, or you better not say that, or you look or whatever. But I learned that it starts off with your kids as they're young with Santa Claus, and you
Mm-hmm.
teach your kids a lie, and then you wonder why the first person that they ever feel that hurt them was either a man or a woman, because that was the sex in their house that lied to them. So I'm very transparent with my son about, I don't care what it is, even if he's going to get mad. I want to be the first one to teach him and advise him on anything, because if I don't, the way the streets or the way someone else is going to teach him, it's not going to be with love or care. It's going to be trashly with no remorse. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
very adamant on training him, and every morning I'm involved. Hey, you a king, be a leader, not a follower. It's hugs, it's kisses, it's the small things. It's not the money that means much. You want to create memories with your kids, and the best ones are the one that you create, not the ones that you make. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm opening up myself, and let me let y'all know. Let me tell you this now. I do not have this all underwound, and I'm not perfect. I'm still growing 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time. And that's the only way that you can evolve, is if you open up and let yourself know that you can take corrective plus
Mm-hmm.
corrective criticism. That means
Right.
my pride is to the side, and I want this for myself, because if I
Mm-hmm.
can't be a better Jessica Warren, there's no better Cartier Warren. So
Right.
that's how I lead myself every day, every
Mm-hmm.
single day, every day, nonstop. I'm always trying to correct something. Don't get me wrong, I still got my times where I'm fed up to the roof. I go to 10, but I'm starting to check myself, because everybody's reaction doesn't deserve my reaction. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody that I wanted to always eat and do stuff for me, they don't get that chance this time. And it's not that I'm being selfish, but you have to know your cutoff point. And I'm at the place in my life to where wherever your higher calling is, when they call this time, I want to hear them. Even if
Mm-hmm.
he whisper, I want to hear it, because I
Yes.
tuned off to where I couldn't. So I'm letting
Mm-hmm.
first, and I'm just sticking with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I must say you are definitely on the right track. And so funny, great minds think alike, because everything that you actually communicated was part of my notepad here.
Like,
Yeah, because I mean, you actually read my mind. You should have been right there writing the notes for me, which is fantastic. And when you have great minds that are on the same page, we can say that there is definitely going to be hope. There's going to be hope, because I feel like you have to be able to be open with your children. And for as long as I've been on this channel, I've always preached about the ability to allow our children to tell us how they feel. We are always pushing on our feelings onto them, but we never sit down and have a conversation with our children and say, "Hey, How do you feel? What's going on with you? And I think that that's where, in the world of today, we fall short because children now have a lot of feelings. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of exposures. They have more stuff that they have to contend with than I ever would have thought of having to contend with as a child. So it's a different world, as you just said. And that is one thing that, we as the 65-year-olds and the people that are under us, way under us, such as your age bracket, we got to be able to hear you guys as well. And we got to be able to understand you guys as well. And we have to be able to be in a space to say whatever we need to do together to try and make it happen for better for all of us. We need to do that.
And
So you're on point.
it's not even a color. Like, I think as, and then also as a young black mother, I mean, and I hate to put race in there because this is for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want it for your kids. And, it's just, it's no more to take a village to raise a child anymore. It's
Right.
so hard out here. Like, I struggle day to day. It's some days that I'm thinking, like, dang, how am I going to feed my son? But I had to tell my son this the other day. It's fine for my son to a problem and try to help me come up with solutions, but I had to learn to figure this out for myself, because now it's a problem because he's trying to solve them for me and it's not time for you to be a man yet. So now
Yes.
I got to figure out, what am I doing wrong? So every day I'm doodling. I keep a journal, like, new goals, new visions, and I'm writing little stuff down, and it's the small things. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't try to change a million things at once. I work on it so small that, look, today I'm not gonna say 10 cuss words. Okay, I said 9. Okay, that's great. Then I'm not, it's small things. And it starts from there. You have to raise your kids with respect. That's the,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you do inside your home, how I let my son be boisterous. When we go out in that world, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Because a person will help you more when you have respect versus someone that has a bad attitude. Because I've been her. I've been
Mm-hmm.
walked around with attitude, couldn't nobody help me, didn't care, F you did, whatever. However I felt, I never cared. But that's not right. And not caring doesn't get you anywhere. So I learned that if I want someone to care about my 24, why wouldn't I respect and care about somebody else's? You have to be
Yes.
level minded. Your mental has to be different. And when your mental get different, your whole flow be different. Like,
No doubt.
my people, places, and things change. Like, when I say it's a work of art. Like,
Mm-hmm.
tell you, I'm summing it up real small, but I'm gonna be back a whole lot of times. And when I tell y'all, us as women, we need to tune in with each other. Quit being so hateful. Quit being so bitter. Help other people. Like, if you know somebody that need help, help them. If y'all anybody know kids y'all know need a shoes or clothes at 5.5, 6.5, put it out there. Advocate. I have some. Hey, you could call me. I'll leave my inbox. Like, this is stuff that we need to do, not stuff that you do just to have something to talk about or give someone enough ammunition to shoot you with. Come on, y'all. We all women. We all got the same story. It's just we make it out at a different time. Let's not make
Mm-hmm.
it struggle worldwide. We can make it easier. We can be
Mm-hmm.
with a rope instead of one wrench at a time. There's a way
Right.
out on it. So it's all up to us. And we have to remember that this next generation is our generation. So the
Mm-hmm.
way we can stop these gang banging and car thefting and our juvenile system to keep piling up is we have to advocate to our young. We have to tell them what we've been through. We have to be transparent. And you can't
Mm-hmm.
be a parent that's talking, oh, X, Y, and Z, but you out in the club or you sitting next door passing your kids. But no, you have to let them know, hey, no, and that's that. So I don't know. Everybody's is different with training, but I know this little manual I'm working through. It's a hard one, but when I tell you I almost passed my proficiency with my son, when he
Mm-hmm.
crossed that stage, I passed it. But right now, we just we playing and we learning each other one day at a time, and I'm fine with that. But every day I'm a better woman. Every day I wake up a woman, but I'm a greater woman every day, and
I know that's right.
I stick to it.
That's what I'm talking about. And we got Queen in the house. So hi Queen, we're gonna get you in too.
Hey,
Hey,
good
Queen, how you doing?
evening. Hey,
Hi. This
good
is my
night, good
daughter
afternoon.
Jessica.
Queen.
Yeah,
Okay.
my daughter Jessica.
How you doing?
Okay, how you doing? Blessed. Thanks for asking. How you feeling today?
Okay. Pretty good, thank you. How you, Marietta?
I'm doing well. Thank you for
Good.
tuning in. Definitely appreciate your support.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to hear any of our
I
conversation.
didn't. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Do I have
Oh
to,
no,
it
no,
says
no.
need to
That
log
that
in.
oh, that's absolutely okay because as me and you spoke last night, we're going to communicate. It's all about communication,
Right.
and that is going to be the key to straightening this out. And Jessica is God in heaven knows I love her. She's just absolutely strong. She's powerful. She's got a good head on her shoulders, and she knows how to turn the situation around, no matter what it is. And that's the beauty of it all. And that's something that all of us have got to get those skills. And I hope that through this communication, you coming on, you sharing your thing, Jessica sharing her thing. Of course, I've been sharing my thing for a while, but I think it's time for new faces and new voices and new stories. And that's what I'm trying to gather here. I'm trying to get other people to come aboard and share something with the
Mm-hmm.
rest of these young mothers who are raising sons, who are raising daughters, and single handedly. So, Queen, why don't you share a little bit of your story in reference to maybe some of the things that you've witnessed in your life, or what it was like raising your children, and how you have become very successful? Because last night, I when I got off the phone with you, it was just an amazing thing to know that you're seeing the fruits of your labor. So we may want to
Yeah.
take a little bit of time to talk
Uh-huh.
about that.
Um. So
So
having 7 children, right? Having seven. Um. Each child is different. Each child needs something different,
hmm
and I mean, now that I'm this age and my children are older now,
hmm
I can really say that uh, I don't know if I should say it like that, but
no, you
a
absolutely
lot of
should.
support is needed. A lot of support is needed raising children, right?
hmm
I haven't been a single mom, um, but I read, I think it was Dr. Francis Cress, Francis, who said that we shouldn't have more than 2 children, or something to the effect of having enough adults in the house to help raise the children, because it's a lot of work. And having a lot of children, I do love them, but sometimes, there's going to be times when you're going to miss something, because
hmm
if the father has to work all the time, if I have to work, or if I'm in the house, even if I'm in the house with the children while the dad is working, um, it takes a lot of organization, it takes a lot of dedication, and there are no days off. There are no days off.
hmm
So also, having been raised a certain way, your mind, like everything that you are at the time when you start having children, you can pass those things on to your children.
hmm
So I became a mom at, like, I think 21, and that's young. That's
hmm
very young. So when I was 21, I did things differently from when I had my last child at 42,
hmm
or even when I was 36. Did things a lot differently. So each child got something different. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing those things. So now I think now I can parent much, much better
hmm
than when I was 21. Of course, 21 is young. And I mean, people, teenage pregnancy is young, but 21 is young too. 25 is kind of young, but
Yes.
21 is still young.
Mhm.
hmm
So, um, like my stance when I was a young mother, I didn't believe in spanking.
hmm
I didn't believe in spanking. No, no spanking children. No spanking.
hmm
I guess I was like, they make names for everything: attachment parenting, or soft. My daughter told me the other day, "Oh, you soft parent." You saying that I soft parent my youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you ask my son Shaheed, he's like, yeah, well, you tore me up. By the time I got to Shaheed, I'm like, oh no, kids need a spanking. They need a little spanking. They need a little spanking. My
Yeah.
mind's changed. So as you're growing older, your perceptions of parenting changes.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
and the
Mhm.
children get all of that. And
Right.
one thing that I wanted to make sure that I do as a parent is make sure that my children feel loved and know that they were wanted and they were loved no matter what. Just know that you were wanted and you are and was loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I allow them to tell me what they think that I did. Because they want to tell you anyway, as you start getting old, they want to tell you things. Well, mom, when I was 8, you did this, and they want to tell you. But
Yeah.
I say, well, did you feel loved? Did you feel loved?
What
they
is
use
it?
it. Did you know that I loved you? Do you know why I did this? And some of it is because I was young at the time. This is
Mm-hmm.
what I knew. This is what I thought.
Right.
So I'm different with my grands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm different with my grands now. So
Mm. Absolutely. Right.
it's all just the process. You can only do what you can at the time with what you know.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully if you have the support, because the family structure, it should be in a perfect world, it should be grandparents on both sides that can help to step in and things like that. I didn't
Ab-
have that.
Right.
I
Right.
didn't have that. But there should be a family unit because it does take a village. It absolutely takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say that through my journey, there's been some mistakes made, and I've been able to speak to my children about who I was back then, where I
Mm-hmm.
came from, being out in the streets and things like that. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Why? Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. What? Come here, come here, come here. What? All right, so this is T. This is my daughter who's going to be a doctor. Tell me,
Beautiful.
tell me what you think that I've done? How you think I've done as a parent, as a mom?
I think she's the best mom ever.
But
I can
why?
only.
She
She is.
just taught me to be really strong, and she's always told me stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You
Get
come
ready.
in at
You
the
better know.
Oh
perfect
my goodness. Good advice.
Yeah.
Very good
My son
advice.
What
tells
about the things that I've
my
done
son
wrong?
told me that.
What do you think that I've done wrong?
What are you saying, Jessica?
My son tells me like all the time. He like, "Mom, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready."
There you
Yeah,
go. Great
yeah.
minds.
I said,
Great
"What you
minds.
want to?" He said, "But I'm just saying." But
Right. No, 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 no. You just. But what about what you think that I could have improved in?
Um,
Come over here.
Yeah, come on in the camera. We want to see you.
Hi.
Let's
Let me
see
see.
you.
It's a. I don't know. Can you not?
You can
No,
say it. You don't have to be scared.
I gotta
it's
think.
okay.
Okay,
Well, okay. Let me see. Um, certain things that I've done in my life, I feel like I don't know. Maybe she could have been a little more softer on me, like when she see me do certain things. Maybe that, but
like when you messed up,
yeah,
I should have been softer.
yeah. But at the same time, like the way she's like, sometimes she's a little hard on me, but I feel like that actually helps me. It's like good character building, but
Absolutely.
it's different. It depends on what it is. You're putting me on the spot right now. I'm gonna go back and say.
Okay, because
This
I remember like one time she said to me, she said, "You're so mean." I said, "The streets are meaner.
mm-hmm.
The
all
streets
right.
are meaner. The streets are meaner.
That's the
No
truth.
matter how mean you think I am, trust me, the streets are a lot meaner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to always have your back. I'm mad at you now for what you did or didn't do, but I'm going to still have your back. And I'm going to punish you, but in a way where I'm speaking to you and trying to let you know what you did wrong and how you could have gone about it. So now, and you know what, too? There's some things that they just have to know about mom's personality. You know,
Mm-hmm.
mom is not going for this shit. You know,
Yep.
I'm not going for it. And there are things about me, and I had to accept it about me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I feel like my children are not listening, or they're behaving in a way that I just don't think is right, and I'm constantly talking, now I'm starting to feel abused, like I'm being picked on, like I'm being neglected. That's how I'm starting. And it's a pattern with me, even with other people. If I'm starting to feel like this is how you treating me, you don't respect me enough to listen, you being rude. And after I spoke to you nicely the first two, three, four times, now you're going to see a different side. So don't cry and say I'm mean. Don't do
Right.
that. This is what you get when your ass don't listen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Point blank.
You
You
know
know
what? I
that.
want to chime in on that. I just told my friend that at this old age and as old as you are, I'm not explaining nothing to you. If you feel that you think I'm about to explain to you, I have a whole son I'm about to explain this to, and he gonna know better before he. Like I ain't know you before I knew you, and you gonna do better before you know better. Because let me
Mm,
let you know this. I think just from listening, you're a great mom. Because guess why? Your kids can go back and tell you something where you're wrong or right. That means the time is invested. So that's a blessing. Most kids can't even tell you the last time they hugged or even seen their mom because they don't even know.
sad.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
Sad.
a blessing. And I complain about my one, and here it is. You said seven, and that's where it goes to tell people be mindful because you never know. And some people just have dreams to have a lot of kids. I knew it the
Mm.
first time I had my son when I was 27. I kicked in my 20s. Oh man, I had a ball. But I thank God that I went through what I went through when I did, because had I did the stuff that I was doing back then to now, I'd probably be dead. Because I was
Mm,
tearing the streets up. I was something to reckon. I
mm,
didn't
mm,
care. I didn't have nothing to live for. I didn't care. I don't care what nobody said. And I feel you on that. Like, I don't care. And I said to myself, I don't know if this helps you. I'm not explaining nothing to nobody. You know what you did. You know why you did it. And when you figure it out, I'm still going to be here because I'm not going to change. I just know how to fuck with you. And it's
mm,
gonna be
right,
limited. It's gonna be on my time.
right,
And I don't have to have no
mm,
right,
attitude. I don't have to do no certain type of way. You're gonna feel more uncomfortable because you hurt somebody that was real genuine. I'm not doing
mm.
that no more. Like my 24
right,
is orchestrated better than that. And if it ain't on me and my kids, I don't even got no holler for you. I'm not doing
right.
it.
I know that's right.
I'm cool on it. Like
Okay.
what? Cause you too
Yeah.
old to be playing. If you owe me five, you ain't pay me. We fell out for $5. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yep.
automatic. This you'll never get five. Now I'm $5 richer for the rest of the year. Like my cutoff game now, I can argue with somebody so cool now because I already know I'm gonna beat your ass or do whatever I want to do. But what does that prove?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
mentally, I'm gonna box you, but physically, I'm gonna boss up on you, meaning levitate over you, where it's gonna be like I went from rich to richer to the richest. Like you can't say nothing to me, but not arrogant or humbly, because I have to let you know it's not where I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I used to be. I can't make the same foolish mistakes, nor can I let the same adaptive behavior destroy my mental either.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because my mental is free. You know what I'm saying? And I said that like no man, no nothing, no friend, not my mom, not my no nobody. Can't nobody take it this
Mm-hmm.
time. So when I stand on business on this, I'm telling you, like, even with jobs, I'm having the hardest time finding a job. I cry every day. Guess what? I don't give up. The places that said, I just told myself my other day, oh, they ain't gonna hire me. They ain't do it last year. I don't give up. This year I got a new attitude. All right, I'm gonna do it. And if it ain't for me, it's not for me. But my brain is not set on one vision. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know I got 13 felonies, so I know I got to get on my game. So this year, my son told me my income tax, we doing some generational wealth at 11.
Mm-hmm.
This
That's
how
what
up my son's mind is. Like my
that's
mind
what
Mm-hmm.
is
I'm
so different.
talking about.
Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
like that. Mommy need to
Mm-hmm.
do that, and I don't just take his stuff and I think about it. I sit about it, and we talk about it. And then people like you two open with your son. No, I'm not. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very boisterous with my son because this is why. Your kids as women, they and for boys and women, they look for a woman like their mom. So I got to get me better. Cause what I want my son looking for somebody that live in Park Place. I live in a project. I ain't got nothing going
Mm-hmm.
on, but I don't mind
Yeah.
it. Because I remember when I had everything going on and I had all this money and I was doing everything. And I just remember calling home to my mom and my sister, like, I'm in the jail. I got spaghetti with no meat. I got all these stories, but I thank God for my stories because they're my testimony now. So what I thought was so bad is just so good to me now. And I'm happy that I have a manual. I tell people all the time, God or your higher power does not give everybody a manual. I was blessed because I can
Mm-hmm.
go back through every chapter and I got notes took. Everybody don't get that.
Right.
That
Mm-hmm.
was my blessing, and I make it better. That's why I want to advocate to everybody else. Like, if you want to change, you can do it. It's just small steps. But I'm discouraged I used to be discouraged every day. Now I got my foot on neck. Whoever say I can't do something, because why can't I?
That's right. Why can't you?
I'm at least try it.
Exactly. That's true.
Once, two,
And
three,
you
four.
know what? I got
Yeah.
Sunny in the studio, so let's see if I can get him in.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, he's in. Oh wow! How exciting! Hi, Sunny. So glad to have you in.
I seen everybody today.
He
Yes,
looks
it's good.
far away.
Yeah,
Let me see. Maybe I can fix this.
this is exciting. I got 3 guests on my show today. What more could a girl ask for? 2 strong, beautiful women and a strong black man. I
I'm
got
sorry.
it going on tonight.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
I got it going on tonight. So, Sonny, I don't know if you had a chance to hear any of our conversation. Did you hear us, Sonny?
No, but I just came in.
Okay.
Really.
Okay. So yeah, our conversation is about communication, and Jessica is my daughter, and she's been sharing her story, and of course, Queen has shared her story in reference to seeing the fruits of their labor. They're both of them are seeing the fruits of their labor, which is absolutely phenomenal. What more could a female or a mom or a grandmother or an auntie be more proud to see the fruits of their labor? Sometimes the road is rough, but like
Mm-hmm.
I used to say with my nephew, who's 43 years old now, I'm riding this horse into the sunset.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ride him into the sunset because I want him to be a real man and to be able to be independent and take care of himself. And Jessica, what you said about Cardi, he's not a man yet, but he's got some real man tendencies, and
Mm-hmm.
that's because of what you've done. A man should be trying to plan a future, trying to
That's
make
right.
investments early. Because I'm gonna tell you something, darling. The white folks make their children learn how to count before they can say their names.
That's true. That's true. I work with children and I see them sometimes they come in there and they're talking. I see like 8 years old talking about finances.
Yes.
About finances. 8 year old been to Australia. These parents that got this money,
Mhm.
the conversation is different in the
Exactly.
home. The
Exactly.
conversation is different.
That's
They're
right.
not playing. They're not out there playing. It's
And
totally different.
I cleaned houses for 25 years and I dealt with nothing but millionaires and billionaires. And I'm telling you, their children did not have TVs in their bedrooms. They used to
Mhm.
say to me, the TV don't belong in the bedroom
somebody.
because the bedroom is made for sleeping.
Yeah, my son don't play games.
So they did not have anything in their houses that was not educational.
Mm-mm.
That's
Everything
just
was
what they
about
got on us now.
Mhm.
We
and
have.
you
I'm
get
a
to see the
computer guy.
difference. Right. And that's
Mhm.
that's an important thing, the fact that they push for education and we push for Jordan tennis shoes.
But not only do you press for education,
Right.
you have to.
Right.
Like, I don't work during the week. I spend that on going up to the school, and the school know like if I get called at school, I'm tearing your ass up in the school in the class right where you at, and I look at the teacher like, what? You called me up here out my sleep? Oh, something getting done. But my
Hmm.
son, no. And y'all got to tune in with the schools because the principals and the teachers is not angels. They do stuff too. I'm all week. I'm PTO. I'm PTA. I'm in that school. Because how do I want my son to go to school, but I'm not showing him no support? Or I don't want to
That's
help
right.
him with homework. Or I don't got time because I'm tired. Or I'm in a man face or in a woman face. Like, man, I don't even want no man right now. I'm so focused on my son and his future, and I don't just have him thinking football. Everybody, football, basketball. No, I want you to be the next lawyer, the next whatever you want to be. I'm gonna support you, but let's try another route. Let's get
Exactly.
next
And we talked about that. And I pray that the rest of the young folks out there or whoever is tuning in tonight, because I know there's got to be someone tuning in tonight, simply because this is Raheem's channel, simply because it's his channel and I'm just a co-host. So there's so many people out there that are tuned in and are getting this information.
Sorry, y'all.
And I need people to know we need go-getters on our team. We don't need people just around just for one reason. We need women that can work with other women. We need men that can work with the
What
women.
happened?
And we need men that can work with the men.
I'm sorry, y'all, that I am playing, like doing my makeup and stuff because I got to let date. But this was more important than the date. So while I'm tuned in with y'all, so don't mind me. I'm still tuned in though. I'm here.
Well, you're beautiful. You can't get no more beautiful.
Girl, yeah, all right.
My sweetie, you are top notch.
I'm because when I like excuse me, we're dining again with Jessica Warren. That's back with my tea hat on. I ain't there yet. I can't wait to get there. It's coming. God got something for me, but I'm just being patient. I have to evaluate because I
Right.
wanted, but I didn't do the work for it. So now I work for it. So y'all gonna know when it's my big promo because I'm not gonna leave nobody behind unless they. I'm like the rapture with this. If you want to come, let's go. And
That's what I'm talking
no,
about.
it's all free. Who don't like something free?
Exactly.
We can all get together and
Mm-hmm.
Women of Brewster Place made it the best.
Yes.
They have because you got to know how to advocate to other people, and it's something that somebody else don't know. So I'm always open to anything somebody tell me. I don't have to do it your way. I can choose my way, but I want to hear what you got to say.
Absolutely. That's what makes it happen. Passing along some wisdom and you can't go wrong with passing on your wisdom and your experiences.
Oh
I
no,
mean, I share mine all the time. All the time.
Mm-hmm.
now
Absolutely.
month's coming up. What are we going to instill in our kids this month?
Exactly. That has to be the goal.
It's only 28 days anyway, so I already started. So every day my son talk
That's nice.
hey, they did X, Y, and Z, they did 1, 2, and 3. And I don't discredit the other races, but I mean, as African Americans, we are strong humans. And it's like we have to really let our kids know it's not about the rapper, the actors, and the candlestick slappers. They don't make it's other people that make it. It's another way out. So that's why I said I gotta get in my bag so my son can have a bigger bag. And with that, we all gonna be blessed. It's just you gotta want it. And as parents, we have to change and we have to be just observing the things that's going on. Bullying kids that don't have is a lack of stuff too. Like it's a lot that our kids go through that we never even went through on the everyday, and you don't know because we
Right.
our kids. I'm so in tune with my son. I hear his cry from 7 miles away. I can look at his face from a mile away, and I know he don't got to say nothing. Same with me. That's the type of in tune I am with him, and that's where more mothers need to come in. And
Yes.
it's no father, no mother. It doesn't matter. It's no maybe for me with my son. I treat it as if he doesn't have a father or a grandma or a nothing because guess what? I laid down and made this. So either make something that I want to destroy or I'm gonna make something that's gonna prosper. And I chose my way that I wanted to be. But my parents so now it's just I want to teach my son. That's why I'm so open. Look, this is what the streets is about. And I tell him everything, this, that, and that. That's what you want. Well, then you know what? Go ahead, but I'm not gonna support you. My parents enabled me because I was a baby and I was spoiled. So that's where I lack at in my life. So I learned I'm not doing that same thing with my kids. Like my mom, rest in peace to my dad, but I know that
There's a lag.
you can't. You got to break generational curse, man. You have to.
Your screen is freezing. Is it on my end? Yeah, your screen is freezing. Sometimes yours freezes and Marietta yours.
It does that for somebody. It's poor reception. Poor reception. Every so often that does happen. I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's not frozen. Did she freeze?
I'm here.
Oh no, she
These
okay.
are machines.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
These are machines. They're not infallible. They're gonna keep on doing what they do, and we just got to go along with it. Use them as well as we can, and hope that it does what you want. Because these machines have a mind of their own.
Absolutely.
Accept it or not, These are sentient beings.
Mm-hmm.
They only had 64K. They had a mind of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got gigabytes, terabytes, which means that it might not be able to think like you, but it has its own sentient way of being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you always talking about teaching kids about finances and money. When I was a child, my people contracted labor to people who cotton fields. And at the end of the day, and they also, they sold whiskey, did all kind of things. And at the end of the day, what they would do,
Keep
well, I,
those.
I had a cousin who, I was 1, 2, 3, 4. Always they would pour the money in the floor at the end of the day
Mm-hmm.
and let us play. We would count. That's how we learned how to learn. I was counting and doing everything by the time I was 3 years old. Real with it. So, and it was all because of the way they introduced us to money and things. And when the people would get paid, we would sell food. By the time I was 5, I was keeping up the books. So you
Wow.
would pay. I'm serious. This is
Wow.
how you talk about how white people do. We did it too. It's just it's in an individual family, different families. All you got to do is make sure that your child stay away from them games where he learning to kill, where he learning to be heartless when he kicks somebody over, where he learning all of these things that are so negative.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you get, I mean, they're co-parents, as I would
Mm-hmm.
say.
Mm-hmm.
With school, all of those co-parents that you have to deal with. Our problem is allowing too many co-parents to babysit our children.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, if that ain't the truth,
You better talk about it now.
that's the truth.
People be in the household. My son can't go nowhere. It's only like going to my mom's house sometimes. He get there, he come home. Boy, I smack you into the middle of next week, and I mean that because at the end of the day, the way she raised me, phenomenal. But that was back in '88. Now if you talk about 2024, what I let you do back then, you ain't gonna make it now. So come on
Right.
now, make everybody was
Yeah.
not cool in my house. That's why I tell people, your kids know they can't come over. They be like, dang, you mean no? For one, there's too many bed bugs, roaches, and other stuff, epidemics going on now. Kids come over, some of you
Ain't that the truth? Lord have mercy.
at their house, they kids touchy feely, and that's cool to them. And then and at my house, I'm like, I'm about to get ready to go to jail. So I learned I'm only going to jail for stuff that I can control. Because you can't
Mm.
control. You don't want to buy it for your kids, so you sending them everywhere else. Sit down with your kids. You ain't got nothing going on that much. You don't
Right.
got anyway. Just sit in the house. If you die, it's gonna be chicken dinner sales. Sit your ass down and go to work. Do something else.
I know that's right, Jessica. My baby powerful, ain't she? My child is powerful. But you know what? And that's the way it needs to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be business in your household.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's got to be business in your household. And like she said, and like you have said, and Sonny have said, too many people raising your children
Yeah.
and not the parents. And that's a problem. My nephew didn't have babysitters. He wasn't all over the place, spending the night here, there, and everywhere. No, 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 no. No. You got to keep a close eye on your children.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Close eye.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Mm-hmm.
a fact.
Hmm. Yep.
Fact.
And I love the fact that we all on the same page. And Jessica, Queen is in Maryland,
Where my
and
family down
she's
there? I'm coming there next month. We need to tap in so we can sit down
What
and
what part of Maryland? I'm in Montgomery.
I don't really talk to my brother. See that we gonna talk. We gonna stand there.
Okay.
But you know, everybody got their own life. I'm this baby, so I'm spoiled. So if it ain't my way, it's the highway. But I'm getting out of that. So I'm trying to figuratively find out where they live at because they always come to me. I never go to them. So I'm doing different things this year with income tax. We taking trips. No Christmas this year. No jolly Christmas, man. We making memories now. You too old. We
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
get clothes every day. And my son told me that this year for Christmas. He said, Mom, you don't got to go all out your way. We have Christmas every day. So, I let my son know we feed the homeless man. We do different stuff
Mm-hmm.
about what I got, what I have, because some days I don't have. So then what?
But you got me, darling.
Oh, I always, no, you got a friend,
Mm-hmm.
been a twin story forever. I'm not worried, but it's just my pride get in the way sometimes. And it's
Uh-huh.
who wants to keep explaining why you don't have? And it's not that it's the ask, but I feel like if I'm old enough to ask you, I owe you an explanation of why I need your money. Because we get the same 24 hours. So what are you doing that I'm not doing? And I got tired of saying, oh, I can't find a good job. And that would be my thing. And I'm like, oh, I can get out here and sell some great drug dealer. Or I can go stand still, but for what? What am I getting out of that? So
Right.
So get the gal, quit trying to look for a job and make one.
if it's not severity,
I'm self-employed.
I can figure it out.
Make one.
Right. Become self-employed. Yeah.
Do it. I mean,
That's
read.
what we had to do during the pandemic.
Ain't
Yeah.
did nothing with them. So when I tell y'all this my year it changed. I got a
Mhm.
lot of stuff under my belt. I just been
Mhm.
doing it at a time. So this is
Mhm.
like my breakout year. So
Mhm.
it's like I've been running like sprinting on this long like field. And it was like now like I keep getting to the end. Like right when you get to the end and get to the finish line, you pass the baton. I kept dropping it. So this time, coach, like, look, this is the last time.
Mhm.
And I got that motherfucker. I got it this time. I ain't letting it go. So
You
like
really-
I'm saying, like my walk, my talk, my everything is different, and that makes me a better parent. And I don't have it down pat, but I guarantee my good gonna outweigh my bad. And my son knows everything. Like I can look at him now, like, boy, don't play with me. Play with TV. Like he knows. So we have that understanding and raising boys
Right. Oh,
be somebody. He has to be. It's no way around it.
Mhm.
He's
I'm
gonna.
so proud of you.
I don't care if he be the famous bread maker, the new Wonder Man. You're gonna be
Mhm.
like
Right.
you're gonna execute this energy and do something like I did enough wrong and I haven't I'm penalizing myself. I'm just knowing and believing in faith just because
Mhm.
the one prayers of the righteous prevail much. That's my biggest one. But my second one is because just because you was a maybe or rubbish to somebody and I dug you up and I put faith in and kept watering you, God gonna let you bloom. So
Mhm.
I know that, but I have to set him up in the right aspect and teach him the right thing so that he knows what's right and what's wrong. So you
Right.
can't say good for your kids and you not doing good. Cause I'm so
Mhm.
tired of people's kids passing and all a lot of stuff going on TV and they're like, oh, my son was so good or my daughter was so good. I don't know why they got killed. You know why. You know, or maybe you don't know. So I don't want to be that parent that I don't want to lose my son by the streets. I want to lose my son by medical
Mhm.
or a sickness. I don't want to lose him to the gun and somebody else's kids because they was negligent on their time. I'm not
Mhm.
having that on my watch, my clock, no, none of that.
Yeah, that was last week's topic. I had my niece on there, and she lost a son to gun violence. Wrong place, wrong time. And it's out there, and I want to make sure people are clear about how we got to step up and we got to curve this stuff. If it means that we take our children out more often than not and have more family activities to keep our kids out of the streets, then that's what we need to do.
All of that
We,
sound good,
Hmm.
but as a man, we men got to step our ass up and whoop them boys' ass if they get out of line. That's all got to happen. Every time
Mhm,
they do something stupid like that, they get
mhm,
a visit.
yeah,
Otherwise, it ain't gonna stop.
mhm. So, Sonny, I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
We've been going back and forth forever about the responsibility of the black man in fatherhood. And, there's all kind of reasons why a man is not a man. But
No,
in my world, I think
man
that
is
as
always
time
a man.
goes
It's
on,
a man. It's what do a man uh, conduct himself as a man.
right. And
Man
see,
can't stop being a man.
right. And see, and that's the thing. I mean, I just think that just because a man didn't come up with another man, I feel like as time goes on, you have other examples of what men should be like, other black men as to what they should be like. And as far as being responsible, it's hard to get the black man to step in and be responsible for his own children, but yet and still he'll take care of another man's kid and not think twice of it.
Let me
So what do you think is going on with that?
the thing is that you have to go back. Okay, musical families have been the norm for 300 years almost for black people. Musical families. You move from don't it ain't just now. It's an ingrained thing. You can't just get rid of something. It's just like Willie Lynch. Everywhere around you, you can look see the symptoms of Willie Lynch all
Mhm.
around. Now, you ain't gonna just get rid of that because they always taking the black man out of the house where he had to go somewhere else and make another family because he probably wasn't gonna never get back to that. This is it's a heredity. It's more. Everything we do is passed on in our genes. I mean, when you pass that sperm to that female, everything about you and everything you did is passed on. Every thought you had up to that moment.
Now that does make a lot of sense.
That's why you got to break generational curses. That's real.
This is what we're dealing with. And if we're
Mhm.
going to deal with it, we have to come together as a community. And
Yes.
the man talk to the woman talk to the man. It can't be the woman do this and the man do this. No. It has to be a concerted effort by the man and the woman. If it
Yes.
ain't, it will never be successful. If I tell the boy no and you say, why you hollering at that boy? Don't be so hard on that boy.
That
Don't treat
doesn't
my
work.
son like that. Now, either I'm going to treat him like that or I'm going to have to beat him up when you get to a certain age.
I know that's right. That's right.
Or he going to whoop your ass.
That's
If
right.
you don't dominate him, if you don't, I mean, dominate him. I ain't talking about just go to your room. You got to whoop his ass.
That's the truth. That's what we got.
If you
That's
don't,
what we
he going to whoop you.
got.
I never got one, but I beat the shit out of my son at 10.2. You ain't gonna do what I did to mine.
Now, I'm telling you what's going to
Hey,
happen.
little baby say,
That's why you got all of these people, these boys just going around and having no. How you going to, again, I said this last time, how you going to have a gun in your room, in my house,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what you got in I'm so trusting of you. I let my children, I trust you can't trust no damn child.
Not in this
You
world.
can't do it.
It's
If you do, you're a fool.
That's the truth.
Point blank, you're a fool.
Tell the
Because
truth,
that
Sonny.
child, huh?
I said, tell the truth.
That child gonna be a child, and he going like she was saying about visiting and going on. He gonna do what his peers do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know whether he gonna be attracted to the kid that's carrying the gun or the kid that's carrying the book. You don't know.
Right.
So you got to if you don't guide the child, you don't take time with the child, you don't really, I mean, dominate a male. I don't know how y'all feel. I can't. I got 5 girls and I still can't tell you nothing about women. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all are who you are. You're gonna be what you is. I got 4 double wide males genes. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you about how a man do,
Mm-hmm.
how males do. I can tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay in my lane
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to that. But I can tell you that if you females let that male at any point tell you what he ain't gonna do,
Mm.
she almost just had a heart attack sitting here. Elizabeth is a big one. I almost just came home. Boy, by ain't. Remember they said can't ain't what you ain't gonna say in here. Ain't in no vocabulary here because you ain't gonna tell me what you ain't gonna do. You ain't gonna look. Let me stop.
Right. Well, that's the way it was. I mean, that's the way it was. We had to learn it the hard
That's
way.
where it got to
I
be.
mean, we couldn't even smack our lips when we were
No,
coming up.
you better
We
not even
couldn't
roll
not
your
act
eyes.
like our parents was getting on our nerves.
You roll your eyes, you find yourself in the corner somewhere with your feet up.
Exactly. I mean, that's the way it was.
But now they got these people telling us, if your mama hit you, come to the office and report her, and we gonna come out there and straighten it out. And he done, he
Tell
end
them.
up,
I hope they
in,
beat because you're leaving with her, and I'm beating your ass all the way before they get there.
Hmm.
they end up with them white folks getting Social Security for them and body part them out. That's real. They put them in these. There's a ranch in California where a kid who ran away, and this is my personal experience. And this kid told me that they were body parting them out. They would go to the dispensary,
Mm,
and the next thing they know, the child would disappear.
mm.
But they getting Social Security for the child, and there was 600 black kids there.
Wow.
They get the white people farming all of them drug babies that they're taking the thing. You want them where they at? They on some farm and some white man and woman
Wow.
getting paid.
Mm. I didn't know about that.
Oh, this is what's happening. I mean, we got to talk about the real shit. We can't. If you want me to be here, I'm gonna tell you the real. You don't have to make me out of a lie. That's all I can tell you. And I don't think you'll ever do it because I ain't gonna say shit to make me out of a lie with. But I'm telling you, this is what's happening to our kids when they
Mm.
take them from the drug people and the people who ain't got no, and all of a sudden that kid never heard of again.
Wow.
Them people are body part our babies and our women out. Women coming up missing. This ain't no conspiracy theory.
Hmm.
Mm.
Raheem talked about that all the time. All the time.
This ain't no damn conspiracy theory. This is
All the
what's
time you talk
happening.
about.
They got
Hmm.
fans riding up. When you go to Walmart, they prey on the Walmart.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Wow.
these bands, white and black bands. You and your baby come going to the car. These wolves will drive up and snatch you in that car,
Oh
female
my God.
and the child. This
Wow.
is happening. No, I mean this ain't no. They don't talk about
Oh,
how many of us are
that's
missing
just
or what's
awful.
happening to us. Let Miss Ann come up missing, and she all on the yellow alert, blue alert, purple alert, all the alerts.
Wow. Oh my goodness
But
gracious.
so many of y'all come up missing, sweetie, per year. So many. But nobody talks about what's happening to them black women that
Mm.
they trying to use for. Ever since Henrietta Lacks, y'all been the most valuable thing on earth because they can make all those different medicines and things from y'all genes, just
Wow.
from your genes, from your blood, from your uterus.
Mm.
Take that and giving y'all this stuff to make you have this record so they can put it in them white women who can't have babies. You seeing all these babies coming up looking like they ain't had no black daddy, but you
Wow.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They got the hair, they
That's
got
so
the look.
scary.
This is it's more happening than we understand. Most people understand, and I'm just one of the people. I ain't scared. I don't give a damn about if his ass point across the ground. You bother me, you can't do nothing. One thing, kill me one time.
Mm.
One time. I don't die but once. So
Wow.
I'm not afraid to say it. I know it's happening to you,
Mm.
and y'all
I
need to be
appreciate
aware.
this.
But don't go
Mm.
around here thinking that you got carte blanket safety, just like Miss Ann. You just got somebody in there right now. Them people, I tell you what, Find out what they did with all the bodies during the pandemic. What happened to them?
Right. What happened?
Mm.
'Cause it was a whole lot, millions.
They burnt them
What
up.
happened to them?
You are right. I never thought about it, but you're right. What happened?
Movies that come out, it makes sense. Squid Games, they do. They put all of it out here. We think it's a game. Oh, it's TV. No, they showing you. Do you believe it or not? And it's what you gonna do to watch out for it. People don't care.
All of y'all running to get them shots that them folks got. Better quit letting them people put their juice in you. I'm telling you, it's not only going to affect you. Like, these people got a thing called die suddenly. I don't know if y'all ever saw it.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, it's showing you how these people who got the shot, the undertakers, they quit shooting the military because the undertakers went to Congress.
Oh. Wow.
And told them and showed them, said, if you keep on shooting them with this stuff, you're going to have a military in 5 years. So we trying to deal with our children. It's almost impossible if you ain't addressing what's happening to these children. We put them in schools for 10 hours sometimes, and they are not. They're being programmed. Most of them teachers ain't trying to educate them kids, especially the black males.
Yeah.
They're
You
trying to
definitely
put
have
them
to worry
for
about
education. That's what they're doing, getting them ready to you know. I mean, I'm a scientist, and I on many levels. And what they tried to do to me when I was a child, I was way ahead of most kids. Believe me. Way, 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 way ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a white woman that tried to make me dumb me down. It was another black woman that
What?
tried to dumb me. Sweet. We their best agents. You know, a lot of them in that. Have you ever told a child speak proper English?
Yeah.
I
Why
like
are you,
proper English.
why are you programming this child to be able to work well with somebody who ain't gonna work with him?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I'm just asking you beating him down for not speaking white at least, and you don't. Most of y'all don't understand white at least. Two white men can be standing there talking about you, and you will never know what the hell they talking about because they stand there having a full conversation and talking about something. And you thinking they talking about the trees and they talking about you.
That's why I keep my translator on and I stay taking up for
I mean, this is
But
translator ain't
that's
gonna help.
true, right?
This is the way. They have a language just like they made us. They ran us away from your bonnets. Remember back when they made it shame everybody else about speaking their bonnets?
Yep, I remember Ebonics.
Okay, so you remember they were
I
shaming
remember
us. Okay, that was our way of speaking to each other.
big
that.
And they took you away. They took that away. We don't even communicate anymore in our language.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you allow yourself to be consumed by a dominant society, it's just like accepting the religion, accepting all that the gruel that they put out. You allow yourself to be programmed for them to do for them, to serve. You're being programmed to serve, not to live. We ain't living with these people.
That's a good point. That is
It's
a good point.
You know
we
what?
have,
Got in trouble. I had taught him, he know how to write in cursive. So he had turned in a project, Black History last month, and the teacher said he couldn't do that. I said, why? Because y'all teaching y'all kids to fail by the computer when it go down. My son has $1 million signature. He gonna be the one to write your son's whatever one day. She got mad. I said, well, Say, how mad are you, big or little? Because my son's gonna learn a lot more than you too.
Mm-hmm.
That,
That's where it starts. Home.
That's right. You got to push
Yeah.
that. You got to push for that.
uh,
That's why, Queen,
Mhm.
when you talked about homeschooling, I mean, that's a good way to get control of their minds and
So
what
we
they're learning.
operate right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
way.
you gotta have your children up under you, teaching them to go the way that you want them to go, so that they don't um, go the other way. Because once they are in a public school
Right.
where there are other students, let's say you got 30 kids in the class,
Mm,
everybody come from different backgrounds, different households, their parents teaching them different things, and now your child is there, but the school is teaching them to be a group think, to think like
yes,
to conform. The teachers even throw even their own personal thoughts about certain things into the mix and want your child to go that way. It is
yes.
terrible. And I wanted to touch on something else too, how it's easy for your children when they're in that setting. It's easy for them to go astray because you have entities that influence your child, like the doctor, like I was telling you last night. Um, your child can go to a doctor. It happened to me. I took my daughter to the doctor for I forgot what it was, and the doctor told her, "Well, I think she was 13," and he said, "Well, if you can come to me, if you become sexually active, and I'll give you the best advice that I can, blah, 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 blah." I said, "Wait a minute, you sitting here telling my child that in front of me?" He said, "Well, my job is not to judge. My job is to treat if there's any problems and to give birth control." And I was like, hold up.
doctor,
So to the child who doesn't have a good rapport with their mom or their dad, they can feel like they can go to a stranger,
Yeah.
and that professional can
Mm,
help them to make decisions about their body
mm.
at 13 years old, 14 years
And
old,
that's the green light to go
against
ahead
what?
and get themselves in the wrong space. That's you're right.
Yeah, and
That's
they did the
terrible.
same thing. And they did the same thing with COVID, telling the
Mm,
children, if you want to get the shot, you don't need your parents' permission. If they are age 11 and up, they can get the shot.
oh my
This was
God,
going,
that's
yes, yes,
insane.
it's real. It was happening.
And you
At
don't know
11
what
years
they're
old,
putting in that shot.
exactly,
Oh,
That's
that's
that
horrible.
drug
exactly.
use.
But that's a part of being a group thinker. That's a part of the schools being able to infiltrate your child's mind and
Mm,
do things the way they want society to go. Like
right.
the child I was talking about, who he was from Africa, and he was LGBT or whatever the heck he was going through or whatever, and the guidance counselor helped
LGBT.
him,
Let's clear it up for
encouraged him to change his clothes. He came in there looking like a boy, but
Mm,
he went into the office and he changed into a plaid skirt and a pink sweater. And when the school day was over, he put his boy clothes back on. That's going against what the parent
oh my,
wants.
exactly. That should be illegal.
Also, that
That is illegal.
there was something that happened. I mean, in the state of Maryland, you can beat your child. You can't, beat them with a bat or nothing like that. But in the state of Maryland, corporal punishment is allowed as discipline. Um,
Let me give you my address so we need to whip yours. You can come to 1435 East Boulevard and tear them up and go and ride on back to Maryland. Because it's illegal. No matter if we at the White House, I'm gonna tear your ass up. And
That's my baby.
I'm a sorry, Donald Trump. I'm gonna tear his ass up too. You can't tell me how to raise my kid. And I'm not doing it. And I'm not, but they only try that with the parents that don't be involved. They know who involved and who not. I wish somebody would tell me not to do it. What? Man, I'm going, man, yeah, all right. Ape shit crazy.
You know, when I was a boy, I played Jackson, my cousin, and I got caught playing Jackson. I remember being picked up by my collar and thrown out the door. Because I'm sitting there playing Jackson, my cousin, my girl cousin. They did not let
Screen
you
the
play with
only one
girls.
that's doing it.
I keep
Well,
losing you.
Is my screen the only one that's going out?
Yeah,
Is
yours
my
is the
screen
only
the
one.
only one that's doing that?
You're the only one.
yeah, they did not let you play with girls when I was young. You couldn't play. Boys
Oh
didn't play with
wow.
girls. Boys played with boys. And boys fought with boys. Boys, whatever boys did, that's what boys did.
That's right. No playing with the
Nowadays,
Barbie doll.
nowadays, I should have said boys sitting there with a Barbie doll.
No playing with the
Okay.
Barbie
Mm,
dolls.
Uh,
mm, mm, mm,
Terrible.
come on
Not in
now.
my house.
I
I'm sorry, but not in my house.
I was always afraid of that. I was always afraid of that. No, don't
My
play
son,
with no girl. No,
like, no,
you don't even put. You don't even. No.
not condoning that shit. I'm sorry. I'm not
mama. That's the reason you know,
it
it's
out.
like that.
Uh,
You didn't let it happen.
Hmm.
no. Uh,
These people, are, again, is letting the boy stand there in his room. He's introverted and he stays in his room and he's talking on his phone to his little sick little white friends 9 times out of 10 nowadays. And they all remember Fred Sanford?
my son, no, men don't gossip on the phone. You got 4 minutes to make it real. Anything beyond it is a messy business. I ain't raising that. I don't
Right.
need on the phone.
You know, I mean, it's we fighting a battle with ourselves and these people.
And that's true. An
Okay,
ongoing battle.
you know, it's hard. You know, it's hard to fight yourself.
Hmm.
You can fight things, but it's
Right.
hard to fight yourself. You know, I mean, you got to accept things that you know you don't want to accept. You're being told that you got to let your child be a sister or let your girl like another girl. Let,
And
you know,
they are pushing that. They are pushing that. And I
because
absolutely,
population control. The
yeah.
chewing and sucking ain't gonna make no babies.
Nope.
It ain't gonna make man baby.
No, it won't.
So population control. Anytime you think it's anything other than that, it's population control.
Hmm.
Then y'all allow them to give y'all the prenatal pills, but you don't know what's in them things. You the
Hmm.
misfast pills. They don't give a black woman.
Society doesn't want men to be men.
Uh,
Society doesn't want men to be men. They call
exactly.
it toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. A
I
man
must
being a
be not
man in this
too much,
raw,
but you got
organic form. They don't
I'm
want that. You gotta
Unbelievable.
keep up. Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. I got some
I'm one of
comments
them
here.
dinosaurs then, you know, because that's what man. That's the level that me and someone said, "Can I speak on that?" Somebody
So
just typed in, "Can I?"
yeah,
Absolutely.
I got another comment from her. Okay, I would like to join this topic. Let's see, I'm a former peer conductor. I was a teen mom, and when I became an adult, I would go to the Constitution school, educate high risk adults, high risk youth about domestic violence and sex and objectives. I don't have your email address, but your comments. I'm definitely going to post your comments. Okay, so Angela was provide guidance and resources to prevent and spread of STDs. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to. Maybe you can send your email and you can join us next week. because I
I'm
don't.
going to
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure your comments are up. And unwanted early pregnancies. Thank you for tuning in too, Angela. And parents who want to listen to their kids and need to release what is in their hearts. Yes, that's right. As well as community needs better communication and acceptance. Very true. Thank you, Angela, for tuning in. Is there someone who invited you to the show, or you just decided to tune in because you already follow Raheem? I'd like to know if you can let me know that, Angela. This is a beautiful thing.
I'm hungry.
this
I'm
you talking
hungry. Oh my God.
My daughter. We got these comments. Hold on, let's see. Oh, this is a pop up. But you can actually put your email in. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm just trying to get all this situated. Okay, I want to hear a few of the problem. Yeah, I'm glad you're in here. So this was just a pop up, but I need to get your email address. So if you could put it in our link, I'll definitely get you on next week because I want to hear from you as well. Are you a single mom, or how many children you have? I'm interested to hear. So that's good news that she tuned in. Definitely appreciate that. So yeah, Sonny, that's one thing. I'm so glad that you're in our age bracket, and you definitely have a lot to say. And I'm hoping that there are the young men out here that are just becoming fathers. This is the guideline. What you're saying is the guideline, is the foundation, and I want to keep this alive.
well,
I want to keep this alive.
you have to keep time.
Okay.
A man has to give time. That's the one thing that you're saying. The man has to give time to his girl and his boy so that they
Mhm.
can have that balance.
Yes, we need balance. We talked about that.
You know, I mean, it's very
Yeah,
essential.
absolutely.
We need that balance. We
It
talked
is
about it.
such a thing as a woman can raise a boy. I was raised by 7 women.
Oh, okay. And
So
you're very masculine.
thank you.
You're a real man, so it can be
I'm
done. My nephew is the same way. He's a hell of a man raised by women. And I was strong in that sense that he had to be a real man.
But I had men around that were men to look at. I
Mhm.
had uncles,
Mhm.
I had
Yeah.
cousins that were older than me. I had that that were examples. I was raised in a tribe. I wasn't raised in no family.
Mhm.
Tribe of
Plenty
people.
of people. Plenty of people.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And you know,
But what's wrong with some of these mothers that have their sons putting on their nail polish and stuff like that and
Eyelashes.
they wanted a
smoking?
girl.
What is it?
They wanted a girl.
Huh?
And some of them don't want the boy to be like their dad that ran
Yeah,
off on them.
Wow.
that's a good point. I can see that. I can see
Mhm.
that being part of the facts.
So that's going to take away his natural
Yep,
Mhm.
manhood.
that's what they
And
do.
shame on the mother.
That's
Shame
what they
on that
do.
mother that wants to do that.
I can
Shame on
speak on
her.
that. You
Mhm.
know, it's more to it. It ain't always the man. You know, everybody want to accuse. Ever since I turned, everything happened. It was on the black man. I don't care how it went. He was the dirty one. He the one did, which was a lie on him. They lied on that
Sonny,
man. But
Sonny,
I ain't gonna deal with that now. But they lied on that man.
Sonny,
Okay.
Sonny. Now I got to shut that down. What? Let me tell you this. Black women have been victims of domestic violence
They
through the
might
hands
have been, but I'm
of
telling you about that.
our own black men. And if you want to sit there and act as if that
No,
doesn't
ma'am.
happen,
I'm not defending anybody. I'm
I
saying what I
I
know.
have been a victim.
I'm not women. I'm just saying what I know about
At
that
the
man.
hand, I know, but
I
I'm
don't know
saying,
about what I know. Black men do the same thing. Listen,
okay, so
sister, I've seen it,
oh,
been involved in it. I know, but what I'm saying is what they put out there in the world was supposedly to scare white women away from black men. I'm telling you what I know about that.
but at the end of the day, real
That's what.
time, we have been victims
Of course you have.
at the hands of our black men. How
Of course
many
you have.
black men have put their wives or their girlfriends in their grave? It is not talked about and it is not advertised,
Sister, I came up there.
but it
Black people would
happens
put your ass in
7
the grave before
days
God
a
got
week.
to me. I was raised by 7 women that would kill you. I saw more men running out the house with their hand, passing their hand, and walking out the door. So I'm talking about, if you,
Well, amen to your sister,
my
your
auntie,
sisters,
my auntie
whoever,
would kill your ass
whatever
before God
woman
got
is
to me.
standing up, amen to her. Because
You
we
have
have
to
been
have,
victims, and I
there
am
is
not
a
going
balance between
to, I'm
male and
not
woman. We
going
will
to
never get where we're going because we always worried about who done been the most violent, who done did the most to who done did, until we understand that we are all victims of somebody else's
well,
bullshit.
but I think, Sonny, there has to be a time where the black man takes ownership
Right.
when it
How you
comes
gonna
down
take
to
on with some
hitting
I
his
got to
wife
say
or his girlfriend or murdering her. They
that
have
is
to take responsibility for
okay.
that.
Now,
We can excuse it all day long, seriously,
ain't no excuse for nobody to
but we
hurt
cannot
nobody.
excuse it.
Okay? Ain't no excuse for it. Okay?
Domestic
That's
violence
right.
is real.
I know, been involved in it.
Mhm,
I own myself, I own mine, been involved in it.
mhm.
But I'm
You
telling
are you
you,
are you saying you were a perpetrator?
I'm owning mine. Okay, I've been
You
there.
okay? You were a perpetrator then.
I've been there.
Okay.
Okay, when you're young and you don't understand there's a level of growth.
So what caused that?
Well, it ain't all the time just a man. There are women that have actually
Sonny,
hit me. I'm trying to run from you,
Sonny, Sonny,
and you hit me. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to let a female beat me up?
Sonny.
That
Hold it,
happens to y'all. Y'all get mad enough sometimes when the nigga be messing
Sonny,
with Judy, and next
Sonny,
time you know that female attacking him. Do he stand
Sonny,
there? What I'm talking about,
Sonny,
it's a
Sonny,
two-way street.
Sonny,
It's
Sonny,
a two-way street.
Sonny. I
It's a
didn't
two-way
ask.
street.
Excuse me. I did not ask you about the two-way street. I asked you why were you the perpetrator? Because at the end of the day, the male is the
Y'all get
powerful,
dumb.
the most dominant
Y'all get
individual,
dumb.
and at the end of the
Just like
day, he should be the one
y'all,
to
y'all
walk
get
away.
dumb.
Okay, he should be the
Y'all
one
get,
to
I
walk
did.
away. And even at
I
this
have.
day and time,
I have.
at this
Do
day
you
and
let
time,
somebody
the black
stab you in your
man.
back or let somebody do something to you? Do you do
But I
that?
want hold it.
Well,
Now let me
y'all
say that,
don't act like
Sonny.
y'all ain't no victims too.
Hold it,
That y'all the
Sonny.
only victims. There are men
Hold
that
it,
get
Sonny.
killed just like women.
I want to say something, Sonny.
I
I
know you
know this.
do.
I know this is a sore spot for you, and I'm all
That's a
right with
source
that
about you. It ain't nothing
because
to
I'm
me.
gonna love
I
you
don't care
anyway.
nothing
But let me say
about
something
it.
to you.
I live my life in this.
Hold it,
I
Sonny.
nothing to be ashamed of.
Sonny, hold it, please, darling. Let me say this to you. A lot of times, the black man wants to whore around. I'm gonna put it just like that. And when you're whoring around with the wrong woman, every woman don't want that. Okay, so that can bring on a situation. because he is out sharing himself with other women and lying to the main woman. So that creates a violent situation one way or the other.
That's
So if
just
the
one
woman is
factor.
attacking a man, she's not attacking him just for the hell of it because she had a bad day or she's drunk. She's
Bullshit.
attacking the man. She's attacking him because
Bullshit.
she's
I
tired of
had
his.
to defend myself
She's
from a
tired,
drunk woman.
she is
Don't
tired of
tell
his.
me that.
And I know
I'm a
I could
man
be
too. I
saying
had
this.
to defend myself from a drunk woman, sweetie.
Okay,
Okay?
well, but
It
I'm
had
talking.
nothing to do with, that had nothing to do with no sexual violence or no nothing. No sex.
I'm talking
It had
about
to
the
do with he was
cheater.
drunk.
I am talking about the cheater, the man that's bringing the wrong thing to
You're
his
using one
family,
issue.
his
You're using one
household.
issue.
A man needs to learn to how to share himself and the woman at home not know about it. Now that's the butt naked truth. You may not agree, you may not
No,
like
I
it.
salute you on that.
It is the butt naked truth.
I
Now,
salute
really,
that.
don't be
I
having to
salute
get
that.
down with the real nitty gritty because I will tell the butt naked truth. Too
Well,
many
But
men, too many
but
men fall around
that ain't all to it, though.
and they
You
lie
know,
to
it
the
ain't no
main
one-way
woman.
street.
They
You know
lie
what
to
they
the
call
main
it? A
woman.
relationship. It's
Okay,
two people.
so listen.
Tell the
Two
butt
people.
naked truth, Marietta.
Well,
Tell the butt naked truth.
I
But
hate to be the
Tell
one
the
to
butt
get out
naked
there,
truth.
Nikki,
but
Tell
the men,
the butt naked truth.
like sharing their penis.
well,
And what's so
women like
sad?
sharing their pajamas
Oh,
too.
wait
Yeah,
a minute. And guess what? They sharing it with a whore that can't do nothing for them.
yeah.
Now, if he gonna get out there and share his penis, he need to share it with a woman that can take care of his household when he falling short. Because if it ain't that kind of woman, you need to keep your penis in your pants. Now let's tell the
Well,
butt naked truth.
what happened
Because if I
when a
was
man,
that kind of
whoa,
woman,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
hold it.
What happens
Let
when
me
a man
finish this.
ain't even sharing
If
himself
I
with
was,
the
if
woman
I,
is?
listen, honey, if I was that woman that was whoring around, I'm not gonna whore around with a man that can't take care of me and my husband. I'll be a damn fool.
That's you.
That's how I would roll. If
Okay.
I had to be out there, Sonny. See, that's the difference between a woman with her head on
Right.
and trying to
Right.
make things happen for her and her family versus a man that don't have his head on and just thinking about his own needs. That's what causes problems.
And
Sooner or
it's
later,
always the man, though, right?
it's gonna come
It's always the man, right?
if he's whoring around with the wrong
I said
woman.
it's always the man, right?
If he's whoring around with the
So I
wrong
just
woman,
asked
and
you,
you
no,
know the
just like
man,
you said,
and you know
I
the
asked
man,
you a question.
hold it, and the man like to pick the trash up.
It's
They like to
always the
pick up
man,
the
right?
trash. Well, it's the
It's
truth.
always the man, right?
I didn't say it's always the man. I'm just
Oh,
talking about what the man do and how
oh,
he has done it. And that's why he gonna get stabbed in the back or killed. Because the woman at home is tired. There's gonorrhea, there's syphilis, there's cramps, there's herpes, there's all kind of things out there. And he got the nerve to be sharing himself without even a condom.
Right.
What kind of fool is that?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get down to the butt naked truth. You done hit home with me, baby.
well, I got
And
you.
God in heaven knows,
I'm
I love
listening.
you. I love you, Sonny.
I'm listening.
I love you, Sonny. But there are some times when the butt naked truth need to be told. And
I'm
see, I'm the
listening.
one that's
But
I'm the one.
give me a
I'm
turn,
the
too,
one
man.
that's gonna tell it. Everybody don't like that about me, but I'm gonna tell the truth.
Tell the butt naked truth.
I'm sorry, Sonny. And that is the reason why you find a woman want to be violent with a man. Because he playing both ends against the middle with trash. That's what's upsetting to the woman at home. You're picking up the trash. And this trash is wrecking our home. Bitch can't even pay one bill. Come on now. And I'm talking about house notes, car notes. I ain't talking about $20 for the light bill. See, that's what the men do. He go out and get them kind. When she can't do nothing but cook for him. What the fuck? Excuse me. I hate to tell the truth. Please let me settle down because I'm getting out of control. I'm sorry.
Now,
I'm sorry, YouTube.
what happens again?
They might penalize me for opening my mouth, but
What
those are
happens when it's a two-way street, as I said? It ain't
good.
always any. No, always, let's call it a relationship. That means it's two people is in this thing. Okay,
Exactly. So you need to pick and
two
choose
people.
who you're gonna add to the
So
relationship if you have to
exactly,
do it.
exactly. Now, but see,
Stop
you know, a lot of
stop
times, wait,
adding
you don't know
trash.
all of this until you get into relating. Now, sometimes you in the beginning of a relationship, you got to. I mean, y'all like glue, but
Well, you
as
can't have in the
time goes
beginning of a
by,
relationship and then you
and
start
this
running
person,
around.
as you said, they're not happy. Wait a minute, it don't always be the man though. Come on now, don't don't
Well,
don't 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 don't
I'm
don't
not saying it's
angelize
always the man.
females because they ain't all angels.
I am only
They ain't all
saying
angels.
I am only saying that when a woman gets violent with her man, it's because she done got tired of him whoring around.
Well, okay, that's one
Okay,
instance.
that's the truth. That's
Now
the
that's
truth.
other things. That's, that,
That's the
you're
truth.
not even. What about mental illness? About the imbalances that going on with some people?
Yeah.
What about
So
the
and
problems
so,
that some people have had in their upbringing? Wait a minute. They came up. It came up in some females came up in a violent family where the man and the woman fought, and you is trying to be a nice man to this female, and you say good morning to her. She want to know what's so good about the goddamn morning.
well, that's not the one you need to be laying around with.
No, but that's it. It happens though.
You don't need to be laying around with that one.
It ain't a matter of choice. It's a matter of that's what it is.
Like I said, you don't need to be laying around with that one because already you know something's wrong. And if you keep up, like they
Of
used to
course
say,
it is.
if you play with trash, it'll get in your eyes. If you
That's a
lay
fact.
down with a dog, you'll get up with fleas.
Doubt about that either.
Now,
But at the same
you,
time, it's not
some,
not just a male thing going on out there. Not today. What's happened with them two females? I
is
lost
it,
my video.
well,
What
now,
happened
wait,
with them two females together and the same thing is going on?
now, wait a minute. Now, see, this is it. Here we go again. Of course, we done got off the path, but at the
No, we
end of the
haven't.
day,
This
when
is
it comes down to that, like I
this
say all the time,
this
you
it's
don't
all
know what
deals
people doing when
it's
they're
all
not in
deals
your
with
bed.
living.
You don't
It's
know
all
what
deals
people
with living
doing when
as
they're not in
I
your
see
bed.
it.
That's another reason why you need to stay at home.
Hmm.
You got some men out here running around with men. That's
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 enough to
my
right.
get
point.
you. That's enough to get you killed.
That's my
Yeah.
point.
That's enough to get you killed.
And you got the women running around with women sometimes. So don't
Well,
don't don't discount it.
like I
It's
said,
too real now.
more men are okay with lesbian affairs. I'm not okay with my man
I
running
ain't
around
okay
with
with no
another
fucking lesbian affair.
man. Listen, I'm not okay with my man running around with another man or another woman.
You shouldn't be. You
Huh.
shouldn't be.
I'm not going to put up with that.
You shouldn't be.
I'm not
Because
putting
ain't
up.
no man got no business being with no other man. Ain't no woman got no business being with another. But just we can't make people. So
But
but
you know, honey, if that's your preference, that's fine. But don't be in that situation with a man or a woman that's in another heterosexual relationship. You see what I'm saying? Now,
how
if
you
it's a
know she's
single
in the
woman,
relationship?
if
How do
it's
you
a
know?
single woman just dating a man, and that's how she is, that's great. But if she's married or if he's married, he don't need to be out there with nobody else but who they married to. And that's all I'm
Yeah,
saying. When you're single, you can do what you want. But
that's
when
true.
you got
Hmm.
commitments with somebody, when you got keys to somebody's house and you can come and go when you want, that's a commitment.
True.
And that means you don't need to be out here running around with a man or another woman.
That's true.
Because that's how shit
But
happens.
that has
Hmm.
nothing to do with how
Wait,
one person might think
oh,
and one another person might not.
don't get me fired up here.
People have
I've been on the kind side.
my point is
Then
that
I get trying to rub me the wrong way, Sonny.
there's more issues than whether a man is running with other women or not. There's more issues involved in relationships than whether a man is running with another woman. There's a whole lot of issues that come along with being with relating, and it's more than just whether I'm cheating or whether I'm. It's how do we interact with each other? How do we appreciate each other? How do we treat each other?
So can you help us? Can you help us to understand why was it that black men used to beat on women on their women? That I think we didn't get to that.
Slavery, sweetie.
What?
Black people didn't. Let me tell you something. Black women ruled this world for 200,000 years. And prior to coming to America, if and in the new time, if you touched a woman, she would kill your ass. She wasn't just laying there, just like you had to. When you was gone hunting, she had to defend the village, so she had to fight just like you.
Yes. Yes.
So you wasn't gonna be beaten up on. You wasn't gonna cheat, have sex with you, and stick that knife in your throat. So come on. We're in a different time. We done come up with this slavery shit that we have been through for 300 years here, being taught how to be as debauchery as can be. All the wicked shit that a human being can do to another one, we've been victims of.
Mm-hmm.
A male and a female. That wood had things they called buck busting, where they would take the strongest black male and put him in front of everybody and have sex with him. So, all of this sick ass shit going on now comes from that era and those things that occurred.
Right.
As I was saying,
it's been around forever.
Listen, not like that. Okay? In Africa, they kill homosexuals.
I know.
So it ain't been around where everybody was doing it. Because in some tribes, if you they root that sickness out, they kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't passed on in the genes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Then, as I was telling you, y'all taking these fucking prenatal pills from these woods, and you don't know what they're giving you. A melanated child needs different things than minerals than an albino child.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get the same pill as a white woman. I don't care what you say, they don't give you the same pill. They give her something different because the albino child has different needs, mineral right needs. The melanated child has different needs. Look, it's bigger than just whether we fight each other, whether we're doing this. We're victims of something that is way beyond most of our comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to talk about it, there's some things that I have to tell y'all that I ain't gonna tell you on here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? We are victims fighting each other about this, that, and the other. So that they don't, while we fighting each other, they sitting back, we ain't got to worry about them because they're going to kill each other.
And that's the truth. I swear, that is the truth. They don't have to worry about hanging us in the street anymore. Just put the guns in our hands.
That's right.
Put the guns in our hands, they're going to kill what's in the household and what's in the street.
They've been doing that's been going on for a long time, sweetie. And we constantly got issues with each other where instead of having issues we know that are already existing, what are we going to do about it? How can we come together and strength,
Mm-hmm.
in unity, and fight this victim, this
Right.
vicious dog?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got to be able to protect we can't protect ourselves if we fight each other. That's what happened to Cleopatra. She, the Romans found out that they were having a problem in Carthage, and that was because the black soldiers were having sex with the European women and breeding with them, and the children that they had bred grew up to be the spies, and the women were the spies, and they heard that Cleopatra there was a rebellion going on in Carthage. What they did was they had the Germans that to go the same way that Hannibal went, because people don't tie Hannibal with Cleopatra. She was the one sitting across the mountain. In any case, because we were divided, they were able to get in on us. Same thing going on right now. They've used the same strategy for the last 2,000 years.
But Sonny, can't you see that yes, all of that is true, so to speak. But at the end of the day, the black families have been around long enough to know about the trickery. And we should do everything we can to keep our families and our children from being tricked. We know that what they done divided us. How come we can't find a way to keep our families together?
With a
How come
lynch,
we can't fight to
lynch
keep our
right,
families together with each other?
lynch
Why
right.
can't the black man do that?
Until you really, sister, I want you to, for the next time we talk, I want y'all to go and not just read the letter. Read the whole Willie Lynch book, the whole thing about Willie Lynch and his intentions and what, and you will look, every time you look at somebody, you'll see the result of what he was talking about. It ain't a why can't we do this? There's a concerted effort so that we can.
But
Well, we can't feel
But
like
if
we
we
do that.
want, but if we want our families, we want our families, and we
Right,
should do everything we can to keep our families.
Yeah,
right.
we do. That's
I mean, we
true.
have to, Sonny. We can't constantly
I'm
think
not
about
saying that you don't do
the
that.
really big stuff. We got to think about right now. We got to save our children. We know the harm that has been brought on
Yeah,
us.
that's why
Why
I'm
do
telling
we
you.
got to keep inflicting the same pain upon
Most of us
ourselves?
got to know. People don't know. When you don't know, you doomed to commit the same acts. When you don't know, same thing as I was telling you about me is growing as I grew to be a man and learn and know how to walk away, know how to not let nobody pull me into their sickness.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
because a lot of times people are sick. They don't look sick. They don't act sick until they show they're sick.
Exactly. And I when I was doing my training for Cleveland Clinic, they showed us a video, and what you just said was exactly what they were showing us. You don't know what people are going through and what they have been through just by them being wherever they are. And that's the truth. I mean, that is the truth. We don't know who's sick and who's not sick. That's a fact. That's a fact. And my Jessica has left us. I guess she's all ready for her little date tonight. Good night, Jessica. And thank you for tuning in, sweetie. My little girl strong, ain't she?
Mm-hmm.
My little girl strong. Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm really proud of her. She's an awesome mom. She really and truly is.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to give her a little farewell. She's going out to have fun and be safe, Jessica. Please be safe. So yes, Sonny, I totally agree with what you are saying. But I really want to get to a space where that is no longer an excuse.
We on the road now. We talking at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm
I
just
ain't
saying
cuss you out. You ain't cuss me out. No, so we talking.
you know what, Sonny? You're gonna forgive me for telling the butt naked truth. Because I don't mean no harm. Definitely I don't have no malice in my heart about any
You ain't
man.
said nothing to me that offended me.
But, okay, but I just want you to know that you were kind of rubbing me the wrong way,
Hey,
and
I'm gonna always rub you the wrong way. I'm a
when
man.
people rub me the wrong way, I
I'm a
kind of
man.
get a little
I'm a man.
frisky.
I'm gonna rub you the wrong way, but still, I'm gonna
I
come
get a
right
little
back and
frisky.
stroke you too. I'm gonna come right back and do this here to you. You
Ain't
know,
no
I mean,
love lost.
if
Ain't
we
no
can't
love
talk,
lost, son.
if we can't, you know, ever find that point of dialogue where we can
Mm.
exchange
I love this.
ideas and information.
Mhm.
This is powerful stuff. This is
Yeah.
powerful. And I was saying earlier, I've never had three guests, and I'm trying to get back to what I used to do with the YouTube channel. So everything is off and on, up and
You're gonna
down.
have
Trying
more
to
than that. I just haven't really. Dr. Murray, he going through some issues. So he's gonna be with us next week. I hope. You know, he has some health issues, so I'm hoping we can get him. And this is a bona fide psychologist.
all right. This is what I'm talking about. Because I
So,
was going to invite my psychiatrist friend
right. You know what
to
I
come
got?
aboard and do a show one night with us.
Right. You know, I mean, you need the baker, the psychiatrist, the scientist, the ditch digger.
Hmm.
You need them all.
Yes, we do, and that's part of that village.
You need them all in order
That's
for us
part of that
to
village.
be able to do this. We ain't
Hmm.
gonna be able to do it unless we can get all of the ideas, all of the opinions, like it
Hmm.
or not.
Right, and
You
that's why
need
I was saying if we get back to Sunday dinners, at least that'll be a baseline to open up communication with our families. Even if there's no children in the house, it's just a man and a woman sitting down breaking bread and having
right.
conversation. That too is another way of strengthening the household. But
That's
we got to get rid of all the unwanted forces in our lives.
that's true.
Because until we get rid of all the unwanted forces in our lives, we will be forever chasing our tails.
Mhm.
And it's a vicious cycle. You get one ear straightened out, and then that's what the dog does. He's chasing his tail, chasing his tail, chasing his tail. He stops, start chasing it again, start chasing it again, and around and around and around till he wears himself out. And what was he trying to do in the beginning? It made no sense.
Mhm.
He didn't
Didn't
know
make,
that.
but I'm just
He's
saying.
going,
But the
when
thing
he's
is,
doing that, he's going through mental. He's going through mental things. You know,
you see,
that's why he's chasing his tail. His mind has got locked somewhere.
and that's part of our problem. Our
Yeah,
minds are locked somewhere.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because we get our minds locked on things outside of our family dynamics, we
That's what I
can
was.
never fix the home. We can't fix our home because of the outside dynamics.
That's what I was saying.
And until the black people start realizing that we don't need that outside dynamic because that outside dynamic destroys what's in your house,
That's right.
what's in your relationship, what's in your mind, what's in your heart.
Mhm.
It keeps you straddling the fence. It keeps you up. It keeps you down. It keeps you up, keeps you down. It makes you angry. Why the fuck are you angry because of your fuck ups? Let's tell the butt naked truth. Get mad about your own fuck ups. Stop
Mm-hmm.
doing it then, because you're punishing everybody else.
Mm.
Okay? We as human beings, we as a black race, we got to stop with all this outside interference if
Mm.
you're really trying to go somewhere in life. Because I have never seen the crabs in a bucket that's pulling you down, you're going to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to keep trying to climb, keep trying to climb, keep trying to climb and never reach the top.
That's what it is.
And that means people have to leave you behind.
Yeah.
And then when you leave people behind, they mad at you.
Yeah.
They mad because you walked out.
But you shouldn't be mad at yourself though, for not being able
Thank
to
you.
keep up.
That's my whole point. Our people have to learn and realize that we have to come together as a family. And all that outside influence ain't doing nothing but destroying the person that's out there, because you're making them think that they got a chance.
Regulate the games.
You got
Regulate,
people
regulate,
out there that's misleading folks and they think
regulate
they
all
got a
that, you
chance.
might get control.
They've been waiting forever for a chance. And they know they don't get no chance. They're not going to have a chance. If you ain't had one in 1,000 years, you think you're going to get one in 1,001st year? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But people get misled. And that tears down families in the long run. I don't
Well,
see too many families get destroyed by people that can't even give them a bar soap. Can't even give them a bar soap.
that's you know,
That's
anytime
a
somebody see
fool.
a good thing happen, it's called pissing on the parade.
I
Somebody
like
will
that.
always come, uh,
I like what you said.
that's real. That's what it's called, pissing on the parade. And a good, everybody's enjoying the parade, and here comes this person. See, the parade is going good,
Uh-huh.
and they decide to get in it, no, and stop. No, I can't. I don't want to see them happen. I
Right.
don't want to see that man. I want that man. I want that man because if he's doing good for her, he might do good for me.
And that's exactly what they think.
I mean,
But what they don't, and you know what, Sonny, a lot of times, a man can be in love with his wife.
of course.
But at the end of the day, that woman in the street thinks she's better than the one he's in love with.
Well, his
Is
friend
that
might
crazy?
up now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And it ain't even no competition. Like if you ain't no competition. Come on, like in any sane woman would be like, well, he's already taken. Let me carry my ass on somewhere else because men don't leave their wives.
They don't.
So why
It,
why why am I going to settle for sneaking around with him, being a secret? You know
exactly.
why? And
It's
it's
sad.
still
It's very sad.
right.
Because some don't. And, that's a thing called morals and values,
Oh,
and
the woman out there don't have the morals and
everybody don't
values.
have.
Right.
Exactly. Because if you had morals and values, you wouldn't want somebody else's man. Now
Exactly.
let's tell the butt naked truth. I sure
Everybody
as
don't
hell, I sure as hell, I will eat shit with the pigeons before I want somebody else's man.
Right.
Now
Mm-hmm.
let that be no misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. Somebody that ain't leaving his woman. He ain't leaving his wife. He ain't going nowhere.
Oh,
So basically, he's just using the other woman, and he can use her because she allows it.
exactly.
Well,
She allows it.
And that's
if
unfortunate.
he's doing it,
Mm-hmm.
he's allowing it too. So I mean,
Exactly.
you
And
gotta
that's
do.
how he'll end up being in his
See,
grave.
there comes a time when some of us men know that we got something so good. Some of us know that no matter how much she's spreading, because y'all don't accept that we still animals. And some women miss is a little stronger than yours.
Yeah. Well, look at
Okay?
here.
So,
Look at here. The damn food need to make better choices.
no, Yeah,
Don't go out and pick the trash up off the street.
That's some
Don't
man shit here.
don't pick the trash up off the street.
I'm gonna
Leave
give
that
you some man
put
shit
that
here.
trash
It's
in the can.
more than just picking up. It's more than there's things that see we done got so socialized that we forgot that we animals.
Okay.
We animals. We just like that dog.
Well, look at here. Some people don't like an animal. Some
No.
people don't. Queen, you don't like pets. Remember you said
Yeah,
that?
right. So I can't agree with that right there. I know I ain't no animal.
No, you
I ain't
don't.
say
You
she
might
don't like no
not.
animal.
But at the end of the day, we
Nah.
all we
No.
have
Ain't
sense.
that what you said? You
Yeah,
don't like
yeah.
no animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all would
But I would say that many of us are on a lower frequency and behave at a lower frequency. Some of us are ignorant and unknowledgeable and savage. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm an animal.
animals are things that live on this earth. We part of it. Okay? We don't learn how to wear clothes and all that, but at the same time, we deal with sense. No, my point, let me make my point. We deal with sense and men are sight, scent, and touch. Those things, those factors go into how a man strays, how a man stays, how a man does all of that. It has those are factors. Sight, scent, and touch.
Wow.
We don't want to accept that, but that's a fact. I'm trying to from a man's perspective. Y'all female, y'all don't want to say that y'all trying to attract a man, y'all spray a man. Y'all make those pheromones that a man attract a man. That happens.
Well,
Look at here, Sonny. I had a friend named Sonny who had a wife, and he was telling me one time he was running around with a woman, and he said he went to a hotel with her, and when he come out the bathroom, he said the room smelled like a dead mackerel. He said he got the hell out of
Right.
there.
You're supposed to. But see, what about those things that you don't know?
He said,
Well,
she took off her panties and it smelled like a dead mackerel in there.
well,
He said he got out of there.
I'm telling you
He
something that ain't
said
got nothing to do with
mackerel. Oh my
a dead
goodness.
mackerel. He said he got the hell out of there fast and didn't do that no more.
Well,
Well,
I'm telling you something as a male
there's
that
so
ain't got
much,
nothing to do with
so
no
much for
scent.
the scent.
Oh,
So much for the scent.
I'm no older. I'm sorry. It's got to do. A
So
scent,
much
wow.
for the scent.
a scent is totally different from an odor. Okay, she had an odor. Women have scent. Y'all spray men. Y'all don't understand the
Oh
problem.
my
Y'all know it.
goodness gracious.
This might be a
I
little
should
bit
be
beyond
ashamed of
some women,
myself.
but
I'm
y'all
It
ashamed of
ain't,
myself.
it ain't supposed to smell like mackerel.
no. It ain't supposed to
It
smell
ain't
at all.
supposed to smell like dead
It ain't
mackerel.
supposed to smell at all. It's a scent.
Well, look here. And then, Sonny, there's the story about putting a paper bag over your head, over her head.
So that's topics for the ugly one. That's taking it to
There's the sight.
Oh man.
And
yeah, I
then
remember
there's
that one.
and then there's the touch.
Yeah. I'm saying for real though. Scent
Hands,
has
look here, hands like a man. Hands
women
like a man,
and
feet
men.
like a gorilla.
Oh my goodness.
What about this man that y'all might get with that?
I'm
I
ashamed of
mean,
myself.
he been drug out. They just drug him up out the street somewhere where he ain't bathed in 2 goddamn years.
Well,
And
look at
you
here.
take him and clean him up.
Look at here. I've never done that in my life.
Many
Never.
have.
I've never done that.
Many, I know you
And
have.
at age 65, that
But,
will not be something I'm
but
going to
it's
do in
not
the
that
future.
many.
What did I miss? Didn't do what?
Huh?
I missed it. I didn't hear. Didn't do what?
No, I was saying those that happen. It goes two. It's a two-way street. The nasty woman, the nasty man.
Well,
They both. You know what I'm saying?
but I don't know. Look here, I don't know nothing like that in my life. I never wanted a man like that.
Well, that's
I,
you.
Sonny, I could be
But me
all
and
by
your sister.
myself. I'm comfortable being by myself. You see, I've been that way all my life. I'm
Me
not
and your
going to bow
sister.
down just for the sake of having a man.
Well,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now that's
you've
all
been
I can do,
blessed.
and that's been my whole life.
You've been blessed.
Cause
And that right there, that's you said a lot right there, because I remember times when if a woman had a man, she couldn't have nothing, even if she didn't have anything else. Well, at least I got a man, and that made her feel
Right.
like it was something,
mhm,
like she was somebody because
Right.
she
she
was
had
complete.
a
She
man.
was complete.
Yeah. How
Hmm.
sad. How sad.
And
It's
he can't do nothing for her but wet her ass.
That's it.
right.
Oh, that's crazy.
But that's for you.
Please.
For you.
You're right.
For
You're
you.
right. You're right, Sonny. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I
That's right.
mean,
Just tell it but naked truth. You're
and
right. For me.
sometimes they
Hmm.
find a person that's out there that all they needed was that was for them to come pick them up.
Hmm.
It ain't everybody out there ain't just low down, dirty, nasty. Some people
Well,
just
men like to they like to rescue the damsel in distress because
right.
that makes them feel like a man. So they can say, well, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have this, that, or the other thing. I can't
I
stand a man.
testify,
I can't stand a man like that.
but I testify.
Hmm.
I rescued a lot of.
I know you have. Hmm. I could just tell by your little your little
I testify.
your little stance.
Yeah.
I can tell by your stance.
Hey, at the same time, I ain't never had to be rescued by nobody.
And
I,
that's a beauty.
I
And
had
I
God.
know that. And I know that about you. I know
I
that
go
about
do
you.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I know
So
that about
you don't. You, when you stand on these 2 feet and they
you.
hang down,
I
that
know.
means you're supposed to do everything you need to do for yourself.
Yes. Hmm. That's the truth.
Instead of things being brought to your table, you're supposed to bring something because you're the honor.
Okay. Now that's the truth. That is the truth. I mean, come on. I mean, I like that in you, Sonny. I think you're a hell of a man. I really do. I take my hat off to you. I take my wig off to you. You are a hell of a man. And I definitely can appreciate your story, your role, and your ability to communicate it. I love it. And I'm hoping that the rest of these men out here can get something from you if they can't get nothing else.
Mhm.
Well, I
You
can't
know
tell
what
them
I'm
me
saying?
whether they do or don't. I hope, but you okay. I want to help you, but if I can't, the best thing I can do is not be bothered you.
Simple.
Mhm.
We don't have to turn that into a big to do.
Huh?
Mhm.
that's, that's it.
Queen, I know you think I'm terrible, right?
No, 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 no. This is the real. This is the real.
That's right.
This is the real.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is. It
I
is.
don't care
No,
if it ain't but
no sugarcoating
two people.
nothing.
We supposed to. What we
Sure.
doing here ain't but 3 of us here. I don't know how many, like you said, out there, but we have to be straight. Not
Hmm.
I. I don't have representatives. This is what I am. Take it, leave it. Best leave it alone.
Hmm.
Anything else ain't gonna work.
Hmm. You know,
You
and you're
know.
wise. You got good sense, and I love that.
I
You
don't.
know, and that's something that a lot of men don't have is good sense, and don't even half of them don't even have common sense,
Mm.
and that's a
All I
problem
want
within itself. Huh. Oh,
is
don't fire me up, Sonny.
I want to give me another 50 years. That's all. You know, treat people like I want to be treated. Help those I can help. Those I can't, I hope somebody else helps.
Yeah. And that is the goal. We can only do what we can.
Right.
There's always going to be a limitation to anything that we want to do on the positive end.
Right.
But at the same time, I believe that there's more people that have the energy to want to do something different, and they will do different if even just given a small amount of support and direction. And
You stay
direction
here
from
doing what you're doing, sister, and they'll come.
exactly.
Soon they'll soon come.
Mhm.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. You know, I gotta. You guys are a great part of the team, and your family, and this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what the children need. This is what the young moms need, and the young fathers, the single dads out there.
Mhm.
I mean, we all need a bit of this. We
Yeah.
all need a bit of the butt naked truth. We
Yeah.
all need to be able to hear something and say, "Wait a minute, that really does make a little bit of sense,"
Mhm.
and come back again to just recap what you thought about or what you heard or what you thought you heard. Make some sense of it all. We got to get there.
Mhm.
We have to get there as a black race.
And we got to do a lot of recapping too, because this subject is never it's never going to be, oh, we talk about this and that's that, because it's
Exactly.
been going on for so long. There's people that got to hear it. It's more that got to be added on, and just, it needs to be an ongoing conversation.
Exactly.
We're gonna,
Right. And
we're
for the
gonna
people
do
who want to be a
this and
part of
that
it for
because
real.
that orange face man gonna make us know it. Him and his crew gonna make us know that we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you.
Yeah. And we got to be more aware and become more conscious of just, you know, just within our own households.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's got to start in your own house first. Everybody that it lives either in an apartment or in a house, or even if you live in a trailer,
Mm-hmm.
the little group that you have in your life, no matter how small it is, if it's one or it's 20, up under that roof, if we start all pulling together per roof, we
Mm-hmm.
will be coming a long ways.
Right.
We
Okay.
will come a long ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's my push. That's my push. That is my push.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Mm.
that I got the opportunity to share what little I could, good, bad, ugly.
And that's another thing. There's the flip side of the fence. I kind of grew up on the straight and narrow, so to speak. And the more I get involved with this for real team and other people in the world, I realize how in so many ways I missed out on some things in reference to drug activity, alcoholism, you know getting into trouble. I didn't venture down those roads, and it's nothing that I really can communicate on because I haven't had that experience. But when people share their stories, that gives me a piece of their experience. You know, another way to empower ourselves from someone else's experience, even though we didn't live it. We have to respect it. That was one thing that we all agree on is the amount of respect that we need to give to each other, and how we don't have enough of that. We don't have enough, and respect. Just respect alone will keep you in line with some morals and values.
Right.
Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
is.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of self respect. And for other morals and values are there. They just need to be brought back to the surface. And
Mm-hmm.
that, with that being said, we're going to close out because I keep swearing we don't be on here a short time, but
It's always a good show. It's always a good show.
But
So
always, ladies, I
you just
appreciate it. Thank you all.
probably just got to be
Right.
over when it's over or something, because it An
And
hour. This
thank you so much
it ain't
again.
gonna be an hour. It's not gonna be an hour.
As hard as we try, right? There's so much to share, though, and I absolutely love this.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm just hoping that the people who are out there in the audience right now viewing us share the video,
Hmm.
subscribe to the channel, thumb up the video. You
Right.
know, I don't necessarily care that, people don't thumb up the video. What I really care about is that they're hearing what we're saying.
Hmm.
That's what's very important to me, is that they are hearing what we as a team, as a team,
Hmm.
are saying. And I think that alone, somewhere down the line, is going to impact somebody.
Hmm.
And that's my hope. That's what I want to see happen.
It will happen.
So yeah, Sonny, you want to say a few things to the world before we
We,
get off here?
Yeah,
Is Yeah, go
get
ahead.
ready. That's all I got to say. Get ready. Roller coaster. It's
Well,
here it comes.
okay, I can get with that because we better get ready.
mhm.
That's right, because that's what's been said. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
That's right.
Right.
Get ready.
Right.
And I'll never forget that choice of words. So there we go. That there's something else that we can hold on to. So what about you, Queen?
I want to say, come to the For Real team. If you can't come to the For Real team, find another team that's about unity, progression, and keeping the Black families together. And
Amen.
keeping us together. One, like you said, one roof at a time.
Amen.
Mhm.
That's
Good night.
beautiful, Queen. So
And
well.
share the video.
Yes.
Share the videos.
So well said. Thank you. I
Already done.
Mhm.
appreciate that.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Yes, I definitely appreciate that. So there we are. Everybody, this is the Few, the Proud, the For Real TV. I want to thank every single individual that was on my panel tonight. I'm gonna get big with it on my panel tonight
Mhm.
because this is a hell of a team I got here,
Yeah.
and every guest that I come on is part of our team.
Mhm.
It's part of our team. We're growing in a different way,
Mhm.
and that's what I can appreciate about my team. And for those that are in the audience that have tuned in, and Angela, I definitely appreciate you. I would hope that you would be able to send us some information, some contact information. I'd like to reach out so that way you can be a part of our guest on this show. We would love to have you. That we welcome that. We absolutely welcome that. And you have 3 children. We'd like to hear more about your family, your experiences, and what you've gone through, and how we as a team can come together and help each other.
Mhm.
So that is what I definitely want to see happen with our audience. And I guess we can say goodnight to everybody.
Love you.
Love you,
Love
baby.
you.
Love you so much. I love you too, Sonny.
All right. Thank you, baby.
And
Love
thank
y'all.
you guys for supporting me.
Okay. You're welcome anytime.
We'll catch up next week, you guys.
Okay.
Get
Everybody be safe.
get, get your people on board now. We got something going. That's
Gonna make
That's
it happen.
right. That's right.
it.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Okay.
Okay.
Good
Good
night.
night. Okay. There we go. That's beautiful. That's so nice. Am I frozen? Looks like it. Yes, I'm leaving the site.